Because it's called Halloween.
Bill, how are you? I'm Rick. Nice to talk to you. Have fun during Halloween? Do you dress up?
I have dressed up a little bit. I've had, you know, I've been, you know, I was a very convincing Morticia with my daughter Annie as Wednesday. You know, I've thrown it down a little bit.
And I have to ask, because I saw this movie and I felt so good, so empowered. How do you think this movie is so perfect for marriage?
How did you guys pull this off?
It's a movie about trauma, and it's a movie about the honest result of violence. You know, we make a lot of movies, we see a lot of movies with a lot of violence, but we don't see a movie that picks up 40 years later where we see the result of that violence. And I was very proud to represent a trauma victim who is not a victim, who is a trauma survivor who is preparing every day of her life for the eventual reunion with Michael Myers. And that I took very seriously, and I gave it a lot of thought and gravitas, because that's what I was able to bring to it. I could not be light about this for 1 second.
I mean, it shows. Your performance is incredible.
Thank you very much.
On top of that, I mean, 40 years later, you decided to pick up that torch. It was probably exciting as well as intimidating?
You know what?
What was your reaction?
The only reason I did it is because David Gordon Green and Danny McBride wrote a very interesting way of looking at trauma 3 generations later. That's why I'm here. I'm here because they made a movie about a mom and a daughter and a granddaughter and what trauma has played in their lives. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Thank you. That's really kind of you.
Well, for me, it's just been a lot of fun. I mean, it was a surprise that 40 years later someone would give me a call and say, hey, do you want to be Michael Myers again? I went, what? And so, but it turned out to be, I do a cameo in the movie, and kind of like someone just mentioned, the spiritual advisor,
Spiritual
guru of the set, you know, just kind of give my okay. It was a ball. So, and this movie, thank God, was done so well that I can honestly say I'm proud of being a part of it. That's for sure. That's right.
It was brilliant. I mean, for so many, on so many levels. I mean, it's the culmination of all the things I've learned and accrued, the knowledge that I've accrued as an actor, as a stuntman, as a writer, as a filmmaker. I started my career at Universal Studios as a tour guide, and then I did the Conan show at the Universal Studios tour. So going back to Universal is just perfect. Getting the torch passed from Nick, and we actually got to do it in the most perfect way because we did it. We got to work together in one scene. And the very first scene that Jamie sees Nick, or she sees the shape, when Laurie sees the shape, it's Nick and it's I in the same scene. So he's in the first shot in the reveal, then I'm in the second part of that shot, and then I carried the torch from that point forward. So it was literally handing of the baton, man. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Sure.
How can people who are dressing up as Mike Myers this year, how can they be a scary Mike Myers? What tips do you have to do the shape? What tips?
You don't have to do much. What's so cool about that mask?
Don't tell him that.
Oh, no, sorry, you do have to do a lot. But that's right, we're brilliant actors, of course, one. But the mask, designed by my friend Tommy Wallace on the first one, somehow just has this magic. You stand with that and don't say a word, by the way. Don't say a thing. That's the main thing. You never say a word, and there's something very, very creepy.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am still in complete, utter shock. I was driving over here and it was starting to hit me. And I was just so many butterflies in the best way possible. And I feel so fortunate to be a part of this franchise and this legacy and have this group of people that's here tonight a part of it. It's just something that I could have never dreamed up myself.
Being a part of this franchise, that's kind of intimidating, but
It must have been what?
really exciting as well.
Extremely. I mean, from the beginning, like when I was auditioning, it was something I really had to try to keep in perspective to not get too excited, because the group of people, it's like the perfect storm. The group of people, the story, the legacy of the franchise and the history of it made it so that it could be this really incredible thing. And I was like, so close to having, but not yet. And then when I finally booked it, I could really let myself just kind of bask in being proud and happy and excited and get to work with all these insane people. Yeah. Well, of course, but it's like something that I thought is so incredible is David Gordon Green, Dan McBride, and Jeff Fradley wrote this film, and I don't think that they're outright like, we have to write a movie about 3 strong women at the helm, and that's what we're going to do. It's going to be a feminist movie, like, let's do this. That's just how they write women. They feel that way about women, and they respect women in that way, and they see women that way. And that, to me, is what, nothing was forced. It just so happened we were women, you know? They wrote an incredible story, and it just happens that 3 women are at the helm. Well, it's Halloween, of course. You know what's actually funny is this is the first, maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm right, this is the first Halloween movie to come out in October. Isn't that insane? It's insane. It's the first one to come out around the actual holiday. But no, I think it's perfect for Halloween because it's Halloween. It's like, it kind of defines the holiday in a lot of ways.
Thanks. Yeah, am I dreaming? I don't know. I feel very overwhelmed right now, but I've had a Guinness, and there's Jim. Jim's my murderer. Yes. I'm very, very excited to be here. Well, not only is it, I've heard, I haven't seen it yet, I'm seeing it tonight. Not only is it terrifying and jumpy and all the things you imagine from a typical Halloween movie, but it's got David Gordon Green directing it. So there's an injection of subtlety and simplicity and a bit of poetry even. And you know, thankfully he's given us women our brains back. That's very important. It's perfect. I mean, it's the Me Too movie of the season. And yeah, we've got 3 protagonists, strong female characters, and all the other women have got personalities, which is a beautiful change, and I want to see more of it, especially in the horror genre. I mean, there's no words to describe it. I just feel so overwhelmed, and I'm so glad I got to meet the fans.
I'm sorry.
Hi, Nick. Hi. This is Nick.
Sorry, I had to interrupt.
Yeah. The word is trembling with fear and nerves and excitement all at the same time.
I play Vicky. I play the babysitter in the film that may or may not get brutally murdered by Michael Myers.
This was 10. So it's how most movies are made, but not ours.
It's such an iconic franchise to be a part of, and not just to be a part of this franchise, but to be a part of this film, which I believe is so good in this franchise. It's a really cool thing to be a part of.
But it was a real challenge. I'm so excited we made it. I think, I really thank you.
Yes, to this day, opening my closet, I have to. I don't even look it and open. I just open it and I just throw my fingers in my closet and feel around because I'm so terrified still. Thank you so much.
It's incredible, and they built this house here for people to hang out in. I think it's pretty wild.
I'm actually moving in. That's where I'm going to live. I'm crashing there tonight.
I know you guys are very good friends. When you guys were handed this story, how did this fight there, and how many roles?
It's like noogies and wedgies, and you know, yeah.
Yeah. We gently kiss each other when the other person wants to win. We'll a kiss on the forehead. Yeah, we're all love. We never fight. That's why we're able to still work together. It's awesome. I mean, writing this screenplay every time you would write, you know, a stage direction with The Shape in it or Laurie. It just felt surreal to be handed that and to be able to like continue the story. It was wild.
Well, you know, what we try to do is just inject as much fun as possible, and we're big horror film fans, and the love of that, but making sure that there's enough for everybody. So if you're a horror fan, you're invited to this party, and if you're not, I think there's a lot to latch on to. I think people are going to have a good time, you know, Halloween and beyond.
What makes you the scaredest of Mike Myers?
What of his? You know what's scary about him is the nothingness of him. That there is no character, there's no monster mask. It's just a nothing essence of evil. You better watch out.
The hair, to me, is the scariest part. Just kind of gross, just matted and weird. Yeah, the hair scares me the most.
Conditioner.
Yeah.
It was incredibly exciting. We have a really specific way that we make movies. I really wanted to see if we could use the Blumhouse system on IP that's been around for 40 years, and I'm very happy with the result. Well, we believe that the simpler and less expensive things are, the scarier they are, and I think that's the key to Michael Myers, is he's simple, he has no backstory, you can put your own fears on his face, which is kind of anonymous, and that makes him the most frightening villain who's ever not lived.
And Halloween, I feel like it's just the perfect horror movie for Halloween, don't you?
It's the perfect horror movie for Halloween, clearly, and it's one of the hardest movies we've ever worked on to get it actually to put together, so I'm really proud to be here tonight.
And I find that it speaks so much to like empowerment and what's happening right now in society. Don't you feel like it's just the perfect movie for that?
It's perfect. It's about 3 generations of women taking on the most evil man alive and destroying him. Thank you.
It's completely thrilling. I think it's one of the greatest horror franchises of all time. The first film is completely pioneering in what it established as a language in terms of the tropes of a slasher film with the final girl, etc. The music, I think, is so groundbreaking and incredible. I'm so happy that John Carpenter did the score for this as well. It's really just such a blessing to be a part of it. And it's because he could be anyone. He could be anything and anyone, and I think you project onto him everything you're afraid of. I also think that it's very frightening how randomly he goes about his psychosis. You know, it's not because of some specific trauma. He is just an embodiment of evil, and he selects people in a way that we can't understand, which is kind of true in the way that in the way that true evil people act. We can't understand them, right? So I'm not afraid of anything. So I am not going to be afraid tonight, and I will not have any issues with seeing this film. It's not going to be scary. So that's okay. Of course, yeah, thanks. Thank you so much.
It's insane. I've always been a big fan of Halloween, so the fact that I'm here with my buddies, it's just insane. I've never been to anything like this before. I'm excited.
And you guys have taken another avenue, another view of the Halloween movie, right?
Yeah. Well, we did away with all the other sequels, cleaned it up, and we're following Laurie Strode 40 years after the events of the original. Yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
It's extremely exciting for me. This is awesome.
Okay, so you were in this movie. I know you watched the movie and it's all fake, but were you at least a little bit intimidated?
Yeah, with the mask and the knife and the fake blood, it just looked all real to me.
And why do you think this Halloween movie is so scary?
Because when I was passing around in LA driving here, I saw the big old billboards, and there was one where he was like, and that messed me up.
Thank you so much, Jabril.
You too.
Well, I wouldn't say it was his movie there. You know, he was part of that original movie, and of course, part of that film was John Carpenter and Jamie Lee, and what exploded out of that movie, no one could have had any idea. But to be talking about it 40 years later, and with this big, great film that I'm so proud of, and I love all these people that worked on it, no one would be happier than my father to see this. Yeah. Oh my God, well, I might be biased, but I think Michael Myers is the greatest horror icon of all time. You have one of the best directors of all time, a fantastic writing cast. I mean, this is going to blow fans of the Halloween series away. And not only fans of the series, new fans who don't even know about Halloween. This is the movie to see.
Andy, stay with us.
Andy!
Excuse me.
This is Virginia Gardner.
Why is she so beautiful? Virginia, straight ahead.
Straight ahead, Virginia, one time. Right in that back. Right there.
Virginia, straight ahead.
To your right.
Where's Donna? Yeah, I hear
And to your right, please. And to your right, please.
Whoa. Straight ahead.
Virginia, the front of the dress. To your left. On your right, Virginia, they got it down there.
Virginia.
Virginia, on your right.
She's taken. Damn it. Did you not hear what I said?
Excuse me, miss.
All the way back.
Wait. That's small.
Miles, one back to the left.
To your left, please. And that's small.
Right here.
That's small. One more time.
Hold up the photo of Jackie Chan.
Can I get you on the mask?
Miles.
Can I get you on the mask? Are you on the mask? A little more this way.
This is not his son.
Jason.
Red Santa might not be
Hey,
sure.
Jason,
The suit is.
And Jason. Oh, great. Okay, cool.
And Jason, Jason.
Gentlemen. Thank you.
Look at this way, Marilyn.
Hi, guys.
Marilyn. Marilyn, to your left.
Marilyn, stay with us. Stay with us.
Get back, Marilyn.
Can you make it? Marilyn, let me see you. I'll take that.
Pretty good.
Get it?
You're doing a little thing. I kind of wanted to get it. I missed it.
Checking out.
Yeah, totally.
Michael, coming for you.
We're good. Definitely get that.
Perfect, thank you. Good.
Thank you.
That's cute.
Oh, you're welcome. Nice to meet you. And go.
Can you take off the shoes?
Now look at this way. Guys, let me see the shoes.
Right there.
I'm just gonna call
Go!
Richard, to the left side one last time. Kyle, to the left side. Kyle, to the left side. Hey, your shoe, can you get your shoe?
Kyle!
To the right.
Kyle! Kyle!
Excuse me, your shoes are on fire.
My shoes on fire. And straight ahead, please.
And straight ahead, Kyle.
On the right.
Straight ahead, Anna. Straight ahead.
Kyle, can we get you down here? On the 8, right on the 8. Straight ahead for me, Kyle. And hold you straight ahead for me. And together. And go to your left. One more time, back this way. Give him a kiss, Kyle.
Yes, nice.
I think you've been doing this all night long.
Sandy Johnson. And together on your right.
And Sandy, straight ahead.
And Santa.
Santa.
Oh, cool. Come on, right here.
End up here.
That's mom, Anna, that's mom. Thank you. Right side. Ladies.
Tommy!
Andy, one more mic down for this record. Tommy, look at this. Thank you so much for wearing something called Andy, that's fun. Andy! To the right, Judy, to the right! Judy! Ladies, straight ahead! Together, ladies, straight ahead! Ladies, together, straight ahead! Judy, to the right! Ladies, on the right! To the right, Judy! Ladies, together, same time! Andy, we need a fashion! Andy, what do we have now? I guess straight ahead, straight ahead! Andy, we need a fashion! I said, Andy, we need a fashion! Ladies, together, to your right! Andy, go be yourself over here!
Thank you.
Right there, right there, straight ahead! Right here, Judy, to your right!
Bring it over here!
Judy! You are very sparkly tonight. Right here, right there, right there.
Look at this way. That's it. Toby! Luca,
God damn.
Judy, to it!
And straight ahead. Judy, let me see the photo.
One more to talk right here. Judy! Hello.
And straight ahead. And straight ahead.
Look at in the front.
And to your right, please.
Straight ahead. And one more left.
Come back here.
Judy, and to your left. You need some and one more idea.
And then up here.
On the right. Right here.
Straight ahead.
Guys, look this way.
Guys,
right here.
Nick, Jim, is that a raven?
That's right. And you know, it is symbolic for nothing. Whoa, what happened?
Get back this way, guys. Turn back.
No, don't do it. Stand back.
Wait a minute.
Stay with us.
You guys figure this out. Yes.
And on the left. And that's smile one more time. And one more right here, please.
And all the way up here on the left.
Right here for me.
Right, to your right, sir. You're ready. Mr. McBride, your right side. Your hand.
Here we go, guys. You got the icon. Here, watch this. That's right. That's the icon.
No, I can hear the icon.
Okay, we're both at it.
Well, I am here to his legends.
Danny, looking this way. Danny, to the right. Looking up. Danny, one more. Danny, looking this way. Danny, look at this way. Hello. Looking this way. Look up. Look this way, please.
Starting.
This way, Danny.
Look this way. It's impossible. It's impossible.
And guys to your right.
Your other right.
Straight ahead. And straight ahead. And to your left. And Danny, one more. Danny, that smile right here.
Don't make me come over there.
And to your picture on the poster.
You always look away when you say that.
Right here, Danny. And Danny on the left. That's smile.
Hold on.
Danny, straight ahead. Danny.
Danny, one more time. Borrow. You know what? You want to. And when you get that, it's what's his face? David Gordon Green.
Get one more photo of the two of you, gentlemen. There we go. If I could, do one more photo of the two of you.
Excuse me.
Nicely done. One smile. Come on.
And boys. Boys, right.
And gentlemen,
Excuse
and you
me.
can right here.
Boys, straight ahead.
Can I get some love for you?
I'm gonna make this amazing. Right here.
Give him the love first. Omar. Give him
Love can happen. He doesn't want the love.
I want the love. I'm waiting for you guys.
The gentleman right here. We're going to take it right here. Just 1 second. Here we go.
And boys at the same time.
All right, guys, I can't believe this is one of our social stuff.
Excuse me, miss.
Hold up for 1 second.
Right here, boys.
Here we go. Hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second.
Good. And to your right.
Good, to your right. And Drew, straight ahead, Drew.
Let's see the exact.
Yes, how's it going, buddy? See you, man. I like that. You haven't seen the movie yet, have you? Oh, you're in Lord, David, come in here.
That is what.
Guys, right here, straight ahead. Everybody right here.
All right, this is the costume center.
Thank you, guys.
It's the first time in the department, so be nice. Thank you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, thank you. Alex is our photographer. Oh, sorry, Corey. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm too nervous to, I don't know, I don't have the
That was tough, man.
Of course. How you doing?
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Sorry. How you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. How you been?
Yeah, I'm the bottom feeder. Story of my life.
Look where you started. Right there, guys. You know what? This is because it's one of the first things they do. I'm sure. How many years ago was that? 40 years ago.
Erwin. There we are. There we are. 300,000 bucks. Write it down.
Look up. And straight ahead. Erwin, on your left.
Whoa, everybody.
Ooh.
Straight ahead. Straight ahead. Always straight ahead.
On the right. Erwin. Just on the H right there. And what is your grandson? Right on the mask. That's it, right there. There we go.
Here's something scary.
No, you see behind you? Stay closer. That's it. There you go. Thank you, guys.
Something like that.
It looks like he doesn't need it.
Bro. Bro.
Big smile. Big smile. Like this. Right there. Show your teeth. Show them. They white.
Bro. And
Straight ahead.
Good.
And you, bro.
Smile. Smile.
Right here for me.
Bro. Hello.
Let me get you your hat.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Everybody straight ahead right here. Straight ahead right here.
Don't block me.
Okay?
Bill, straight ahead.
Bill. And to your left. Hold on.
Bill.
To your left.
Bill up. Bill to your left.
Bill, straight ahead, please. Bill.
Bill.
Straight ahead. To your left. Bill, can I get you on the box?
Right above him, right here.
Right this way. This way.
Right up here, a little more. Virginia, right up here.
Virginia to the right. Virginia, hello.
Back shoulder. Virginia, hello. Virginia, looking this way.
Virginia.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Virginia. Hold it, where you going? Bill, Eugenia.
Guys on your right.
There you go. And go straight ahead.
Bill, Virginia on your right.
And straight ahead, guys.
Wait, can I get you Yes. Keep disappearing on
Dylan right up here. Dylan up here. Dylan, one more right up here.
They can't walk behind, can they?
Right here on your left side.
You down there. Straight ahead, big smile.
Dylan.
Dylan right here.
And to your right.
Dylan, to your right. Stand up here, Dylan. Thank you. Give me that big smile. Come on, man. There you go.
And look up, look up.
This is so bright.
One more time looking. Hello. One more time looking. And one more time looking.
And to the right.
Right here. Right here. Right here. Over your shoulder.
And to the right. To the right, please. To the right.
Come on down.
Wait. I got you with your tongue out that time.
And straight ahead. Are you right?
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead, please.
I'll get her some more. Why not?
Wait, hold on one second. Okay, hold on. Guys, can we get the three of you?
Yeah, definitely. That's true. I don't know about Brian, but
Can you get her?
I don't know. She's getting interviewed, but us two. Us two. Yes. Trumpet.
Hey guys, right here, please. And that smile one more time. And to your left.
Over here, guys. Over
Yeah, come on, you guys. And look to your left, please.
Get a room, guys.
Hey! How are you? Yeah, we met at the, sorry, at the, Hey guys, right here together.
That was pretty funny. Oh, yeah. That's what the shit I would do. Montana, Tucker. Obviously. She's a wrestler.
Look back right in the front. And the front?
Let's see the front of the outfit. Can I get you to do a handstand?
And straight ahead.
Oh, I want to go. I've never been to And straight ahead up here, Michael. Michael up here.
Michael.
And straight ahead, Michael. Thank you. Sure.
Can I get you in front of the face?
Over your shoulder. Jamie, look back.
Jimmy looking up! Jimmy, just turn this way! Jamie, turn your shoulders this way! Right above her! Right above her! Jamie! Jamie! Jamie, can I see that first round to your left, please? Jamie, go left round right there! Jamie! Jamie, on your shoulder!
Jamie! Jamie, straight ahead! Jamie!
Jamie, look at that! Over the shoulder! Jamie, straight ahead! Jamie, one last time! Come on down, next one. Right here. Al, right here. Al, looking, hello. This way, Al, look at the line. Al, to the right. Al, looking this way. Al, this way. Thank you. Al, one more time. Almost there. Look backwards, Al. Al, yeah. Oh, I like that. Together. Do that monster pose. There you go. Come back one more time real quick. Okay, that one's the family. Use that real scary, scary. Family looking up. Hello. The way you are the family.
They have nothing to do with it. It's the currents.
Thank you. One step down back.
Yeah, Slush City.
All right. And now?
All the way left!
And now?
Out to your left!
Oh!
To your right!
Out! And out!
All the way
Out to your right!
Out!
Right there, in the big lens, right there, there you go, right there. Out! Out to your right! Out! Hey, don't go.
Come on down!
Hey, congratulations on your star.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Straight ahead. I was there. And ready on your right? And everyone to your left, please. Can we get a quick single? Right here, sir. And now straight ahead, please. Right here, straight up, straight up. Right here, from your left. And to your left.
And now straight ahead up here.
Al, right here, sir. Do you mind if I get you on the mask right here, right on the mask?
Doesn't mind if I get you.
Yeah, right? A little more in the middle. That's it, there you go.
Thank you so much for being so willing to do it.
I got you.
What you doing, girl? You can try.
Trying to think of like so then I'm not gonna get it. Okay, then I'll Oh, really? Oh, we need to talk. And she's just like, we wanted to see if she was cool with like everything, and she's cool with it. She's like, yeah. Oh wow. Like, hey, I know. Oh, so those on TV. Did you work okay? Yes.
It's 1080.
Did you already get them? No. Okay.
One for the back.
Hey, get some.
By the way, this is where all of the executives are going to stand. They're going to have them in every single shot.
Black or red right there.
Yeah, they're all going to stand right here.
No. That's the she has throat and she's making
Taking it down.
Nice, straight ahead. There you go.
Basically, she starts taking pictures.
No pictures allowed. This one.
Go, looking at. Good looking at.
Yeah, this is what I
Smile.
No, that's his podcast.
One more here. Hey, Chelsea, right there, right there. Squeegee right here. Squeegee without her.
Can you show the sign?
Chelsea.
And to your right.
Chelsea.
And right next to her. And right here.
And Stassi up here.
And straight ahead. It's probably milking for an hour.
And up here, guys.
And straight ahead, guys, right here. Thank you. What's her name? Stassi.
Guys, right here. Jack right here. And bring it just straight ahead. Can we get a photo? Sure. Yeah. Thank you. Go. Thank you. Right here. Adam.
And Casper up here.
What's up, Casper?
How are you?
Good.
Straight ahead.
Thank you. Right here, Casper.
And straight ahead.
Straight ahead. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you.
Welcome to my neighborhood.
Welcome to your
And
neighborhood.
right here for you. Right here, buddy. We have you on the face now. Yes.
Hey, Lisa here with some horrifying movie facts for you. Though it's never stated in the film, the demon that takes possession of Regan McCann has a name, Pazuzu, which is taken from the name of the king of the demons in Assyrian and Babylonian mythology. Now, the poster for the Ghoulies, featuring a ghoulie popping out of a toilet, reportedly caused several angry mothers to write letters to the studio saying that their kids were too scared to use the bathroom after seeing the poster. And the original title for Texas Chainsaw Massacre was Head Cheese. The actor who plays Leatherface, Gunnar Hansen, had to wear 3-inch heels so he could tower over everyone in the cast, which made chase scenes a little more challenging to film. Keep up to date with all the latest releases by subscribing to our channel and checking the notification bell, and I'll see you next time.